Welcome to He Still Speaks Now Listen. I will be talking about my book, He Still Speaks Now Listen. This is the second book that was given to me. The title, He Still Speaks Now Listen. I compiled a bunch of my writing and put it into this book. It's interesting titles that will make you go, And I'd like to briefly touch on a few. I have You're My Dog. If you ever see a person walking with a dog, the dogs usually fit their personality. I see big guys, small guys, big women, little women have various types of dogs, and it seems like it's out of place. So if you look at people in life, sometimes they behave like a dog. You have the Rottweiler, you have the Bowser, you have the Bloodhound, you have the Mutt, you have the vicious dog. If you look at certain type of animals, some individuals do behave like dogs. Am I insulting anyone? No. If you're truthful with yourself, you can recognize a behavior, even your own behavior. Are you very prisky, like a little poodle? Are you desire a lot of attention, especially for the men's? Are you going around sleeping for everything that has a skirt on? Are you being muddy? So we can behave like a dog. And another chapter in this book, I have Baby Got Back. That's an interesting title. There again, I want to say that the things I look at, I can bring forth thought-provoking message from the thing that you see. Everything that your eye look at has a message. You just have to recognize that it's speaking to you or to someone else. And I'll give you a good understanding. When you go to the movie and you're watching the screen, where's the movie being coming from? It's behind you. Is the projector is behind your head and projected on the screen. We are our physical. We have a physical body, but we are spirit and soul. So when we see things in front of us, it is projecting through our eyes, through our mind, and we're seeing it right in front of us. So our behavior and the thing we say and do is coming from the mind that we allow to manifest through us. So we can say we are projecting a certain behavior that our friends and family members can look at and say, what movie are you playing today? What movie are you going to watch today? Because we all we all are we all are directing our own movie by the things that we say and do. In another chapter, I got quick stay on the plantation that benefits me. And when I share that particular title, Stay on the Plantation That Benefits Me, what pops in your mind about a plantation? So if you think about it, people that say they speaks for us, they have their own best interests. They don't have our best interests at heart. They have their interests at heart. So they tell us lies mixed with truth to keep us on their plantation of ideas and belief. And when we start questioning things that we are hearing and seeing, and we decide to escape from their plantation of ideas and belief, what happens? They start whipping us with lies and accusation to cause us to come back on the plantation and give us more lies and truth to keep us there. So in life, we must always question the things that we hear and see and ask ourselves, why am I behaving this way? We must recognize that we have a purpose in life. We are running a race. We must come to grips that we all have a purpose in life. Yes, we all going to die, but when you die, how will you be remembered? You'll be remembered from running the streets. Will you be remembered by good things or bad things? He Still Speaks Now Listen has over 132 pages by 42 chapters of various things in there, because God is always speaking to us like he's speaking to me to bring forth this book. He Still Speaks Now Listen. It's a compilation of parables. I remember this is my first book I can think about it before I wrote You Always Have Snakes in Your Head. I was reminded of that I was reminded of it when I was beginning to talk about it. When I was living in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia, I would always go to the beach at night And this particular night, I walked the beach with my tape recorder, and whatever went through my head, I was speaking into the tape recorder. And I was walking on the beach, and I saw the ocean and the waves coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I thought about this subject. How can the ocean determine who was on the beach? The answer to that question is the contents that were tossed into the ocean. Some of us have went to the beach and they have signs saying no littering, no bottles, no food, or whatever. And so if we are walking on the shoreline and we toss something into the ocean, it goes out into the sea and it sinks down in the bottom of the ocean. And the ocean recognizes that something has been tossed into me that should not belong there. So it pushes back on the shore. What is my message? It's a parable. We at some times allow ourselves to be oceans for people to toss things into us. We see that in our children. We move into a neighborhood and our child may have never been behave a certain way, and all of a sudden they start talking back, being unruly, doing things that they should not be doing. Why? Because they have not been taught. They allow someone to toss alcohol, marijuana, whatever sinful idea into their mind, instead of them recognize that that ought not to be there, and they sometimes they do recognize it should not be there, they allow it to sink into the ocean of their mind, and therefore they become the very thing that was tossed into the ocean. So the ocean has said to itself, I must not allow that which has been tossed into me remain in me, because I will become the very thing that was tossed into me. So I pray that what you've heard by He Still Speaks Now Listen, and the little short snippets I give you will be a blessing to stir up your thoughts. Because I know the books that I will share and what I have shared with you are stirring up your thoughts right now. Once again, thank you and be blessed from what you heard.